Hi everybody, Scott Card here with another quick little video. Today I have for you an update on one of my current projects, which is my dual isolated power supply. Welcome back everybody. I am absolutely ecstatic about bringing this to you because if you haven't been following, I'll link in the card above the original power supply that I made up. And so I've progressed on and just populated and tested the finished product, and I'm quite happy with it for what it is. And so let's talk about what it actually is. What's unique about this compared to other power supply kits that are out there is the circuit boards themselves are the case. So you can see that it is open, and I have put some tape on the back to protect any stray hands or anything that slides around. So caution still needs to be applied because we do have line voltage coming in. But the idea is that this will help anybody that's looking to learn some electronics to get some soldering experience and a bit of a unique circuit that you can apply to other things. And as I say, a fair bit of soldering, and the cost isn't excessive. And the reason that I'm able to do this is I'm only offering the circuit boards and the design. So how you come up with the parts is absolutely something that you can do yourself. You can order all of these components from DigiKey, or you could get them from a local vendor. You could get them from anybody. It doesn't matter. They're very generic parts. There's nothing unique with the exception of the switch. But if you don't like the switch here, there is actually a hole up front. So you can move the switch up front, and these are not just displays; these are actually little voltmeters, and they are ubiquitous. There's so many around, and they're all the same size. But I do actually have some that, if you want to purchase, is fine, or you can look them up yourselves. The other thing is these connectors here, and these are fantastic. They're much better than what some inexpensive power supplies and meters do, which is to just have a plated through hole. But these are much more robust, and not only do you get more longevity, but you actually get a better connection. So it's my recommendation that you always use an insert as opposed to just a plated through hole. This is going to oversaturate the camera when I turn it on. These LEDs are a little bit on the bright side, but you can see that we do have our status LEDs just to indicate that they're on. These little voltmeters, they are calibratable. So you can see that I have calibrated these so they do go to 0, and up at the higher voltages, they are accurate. Being a dual power supply, I can actually wire these in series. So if I want a higher voltage, I can simply put a link between the positive and negative of the first and second power supply. And so now I would be able to get up to 30 volts. This is very useful for doing a split rail power supply for things like amplifiers and higher voltage things. So obviously if I needed 24 volts, I could dial these both into approximately 12. And that would give me 24 volts. Something that you wouldn't be able to do with a single power supply. You would, unless it went to 30 volts. Generally speaking, a neat little project and quite inexpensive in the grander scheme of things. Only capable of 300 milliamps, and you do need to be aware that it is a linear power supply, so we have power dissipation issues. Okay, and now I have made certain that we have a sufficient cooling. Here you can see the transistor here, the PNP pass transistor is connected to this plate. This plate is electrically isolated, but it's copper clad with lots of through holes. So this whole piece becomes a heat sink, which is a little bit unique. But soldering the circuit boards together like this is not exactly unique, because we do it quite often in industrial gear. So we'll have multiple circuit boards that do get soldered together, and you end up with creating the case. So I'd like to take credit for coming up with this idea, but unfortunately, I have seen it in PLCs and industrial gear. So definitely a lot of soldering. Only a few components, unique components, but a fair number of them. For example, I believe there's 24 1N4004s or 4007s diodes. So a lot of experience soldering. That's fantastic. And as you can see, these optional voltmeters, just hot glue in. Absolutely nothing high tech about this. Anybody with a soldering iron and a hot glue gun should be able to put this together. Okay. So as far as how to get one of these, if you so desired, I have created a web store, and you can purchase the board from me, or I can give you sell you digital files, which will include the schematics, the Gerber files, a link to my manufacturer who will sell them to you directly, or you can take the Gerber files and make them yourself. And I'm not planning on charging a lot of money, just a little bit to help support my web store and possibly help pay for the development of these projects. And I would love to hear from anybody, any other project ideas that you would like to see us do. Absolutely. Feel free to comment away, and I can try to work through a project. Subsequently, I plan to create an assembly video and a design video on this power supply. So if you wanted to make the circuit yourself, that'll be available in the near future as well. Because there's a couple unique things that I would like to talk about and teach for this circuit, and use it really as a learning experience. So check out the link below. Like it, dislike it. Do give me your feedback. Thumbs up if you do like it would always be appreciated, and comment away. Your constructive criticism is appreciated. I hope you have yourself a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye now.